Hello, we are here with the, hey Pikmin, it's a demo. Uh, I'm Greg and I'm joined by two people, uh, Shouty and yourself. Shouty, how are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Yourself, are you doing well?
Air conditioned.
Yeah, okay, air conditioning is good. Um, s- so Shouty, I played this and I was kind of underwhelmed, and I think yourself was as well. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
So, uh, what did you like about it?
Um, well, I kind of always wanted to see what Pikmin would be like in a side-scrolling game.
So you, like, intuitively thought Pikmin's gonna be good for a side-scrolling game?
Yeah.
Why? Like, what about it makes you think that?
I think it will focus on the aspects of Pikmin that I like, which is namely the action parts rather than the time management and like micromanaging.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I know it might be kind of gauche to compare Pikmin to, real-time strategy, but definitely managing Pikmin individually feels like kind of microing in StarCraft, right?
Hmm.
In some minor way, but I think that uh, the 2D puts more emphasis on the action, mostly just because it simplifies the space.
Yeah.
So could you, uh, explain that a little further?
So when you're on a 3D plane, basically you can control the Pikmin in 2 dimensions around Alamar, and then they also are subject to gravity in the third dimension.
Right.
Whereas in a 2D game, you can only control them in 1 dimension around Alamar, and they're then subject to gravity on the second dimension.
So why would simplifying the space make it emphasize the action further?
Well, something that made me think that, as Shouty said, it de-emphasizes the micromanagement or the careful sort of positioning and need to be conscious need to be conscious of like a greater area, so like you can get to the point quicker because there's not as much to think about.
Right. I also kind of wondered, playing this demo, what the point was of having multiple Pikmin on screen. I remember, this is kind of a weird comparison, but, the Donkey Kong Land series, when you switch between Kongs, like, one disappears and the other appears. And it's functionally the same as these, well, maybe not 2 and 3, but it's functionally the same as the first Donkey Kong because when you're playing as Donkey, Diddy is irrelevant. Like, there's no reason to draw him onto the screen other than for presentation's sake. And I wondered if Pikmin had, like, why is there a purpose that you would want to draw 50 Pikmin on screen as opposed to just one and tell me that I have 50?
Well, your Pikmin are still subject to hazards, even if you're not using them in combat.
So if
So you
I...
still need to protect them.
Okay, they still, like, occupy space behind me, so if an enemy comes up behind me, then they could get killed that way. Hey!
Yeah.
I guess I'd call that like the lemmings aspect of the game, right? So that's still active even when you're not commanding them.
I think a better comparison would be like if in Yoshi's Island, why does all the eggs to fall around Yoshi instead of just having one egg out and then there's a counter that tells you how many eggs you have?
I think... Wait, that would totally fall under my question, though, where, like, there is no purpose to draw the extra eggs, you don't lose anything.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
But here, like if your eggs were alive,
right, if you had to actually care about what they did. Oh, imagine a version of Yoshi's Island where the eggs shatter when you drop too far.
I mean, I wouldn't care. I'd just make more eggs.
You have to finish the stage with all 10 eggs, or else you don't get 100%.
And you have to carry them in spoons.
So right here, this game is touch control, you can tell.
Yep.
And... Oh, thank you. Here's the gravity that we were talking about.
I think
The
the
throw
touch
speed
controls
is...
are really intuitive.
Yeah, I like, So, let's see, I'm gonna put my cursor over that flower bud. Yeah, he goes right
Yeah.
through it. Yeah, like, Olimar accounts for the arc that the Pikmin is gonna take. And it's also really fast. I think yourself, you said you had some trouble, like, doing this?
I thought it was just kind of unresponsive. If I tapped quickly, the Pikmin didn't necessarily go flying at a consistent rate.
Okay.
I think that's just a result of the game running on old 3DS hardware instead of the newer 3DS.
It could be, I don't know.
Is this optimized for a new
'Cause I
3DS?
have, yeah, I don't think it's very optimized for an old 3DS though.
That's what I mean, like, does it use the, better hardware? Take advantage of the expansion pack?
I don't think it takes advantage of the hardware, but I do think it runs as good as it should on a new 3DS. Oh, as it could on an old 3DS.
Okay. So... yeah.
Actually, on the subject of the touch control, do you think there's a big difference between the touch control here and the analog control for aiming Pikmin in the previous games?
So, I can tell you, in the new Play Control Pikmin, you have the Wii Remote, and it gives you a cursor like this, but instead of the air, it's always along... Ooh. It's always on the ground. So you aim where you want to throw them on the ground. Or, Shouty, correct me, does it draw the cursor on enemies?
When in the new Play Control Pikmin games?
Yeah.
No, the cursor just stays on the ground.
Okay.
It's not like in Pikmin 3 where the cursor will account for any objects that are in front of the ground on your screen, in the foreground of the screen, that is.
Here we kind of had a challenge where Pikmin were like flying around like this, and you had to catch them. But the Pikmin moved so fast that there was really no element of timing to it. It is... these guys feel like they move so fast that... it feels like timing would never be a matter, an issue. They kind of want to make timing a non-issue,
Yeah.
from what I can tell. Can
Well,
you put extra
this is
Pikmin on an
also-
object?
No, you can't. It doesn't make the object move faster either.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say that this is only the first level, so it'd be kind of hard to judge whether or not they're making timing an issue.
Well, I just mean based solely on the speed of the Pikmin, like, having to time that would be kind of hard.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's why I guess it demands rapid firing.
What happens when I... Wait,
You can throw Pikmin down there.
I swear to God, I thought I walked
They will
off,
die.
but I guess I didn't.
Olimar won't walk off, but if you throw a Pikmin down a pit, it will die.
Okay.
So there are some pitfalls in this game.
So, that part, when I was playing the demo, I wasn't used to looking at the top screen yet, so
Oh,
I just
yeah.
threw a bunch of Pikmin into the air, and they made the bridge for me.
It is a little weird that when you, because highest the Pikmin will go is your cursor, so it only goes that high.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the yellow Pikmin allow you to throw Pikmin to the top of the screen, to the top screen.
Were the yellow Pikmin in this demo, or are you saying that from a
No.
trailer?
That's what from a trailer.
So, do yellow Pikmin pass through your cursor differently than red Pikmin?
No, not on the bottom screen. Only if you try to throw them on the top screen.
Yeah, but how do you get them to the top screen if they work
By
like the
throwing
red
them-
Pikmin do?
By throwing them upward. But if you throw them in front of you, relatively in front of you, they won't. They won't make as much. They won't make their arc won't be as prominent as it would have been.
I guess one
Don't
thing I
feel like
took
you're just throwing any other Pikmin.
for granted is that, like, I kind of intuitively understood that Pikmin arc through the air, so I wanted to aim slightly above the duck platypus guy.
Yeah.
So, how does that combat compare to the typical Pikmin combat?
It felt a lot like the regular Pikmin combat to me.
The only thing I noticed was that in regular Pikmin, if I recall correctly, the Pikmin hang on to the enemy and continue to damage it.
Yeah. In this game, if you manage to get Pikmin on top of an enemy's head, it'll just bounce on it and deal
Yeah, they're more
continuous
like
damage that way.
they seem more like projectiles here.
Yeah. Just can get them on top of their head like that.
Oh, so like when one Pikmin... I guess I shouldn't have thrown and killed him like that, but when one Pikmin lands on an enemy, it'll do consistent damage if it hops back on.
Yeah. We lost a Pikmin. That's another.
Yeah, I guess... Okay, that was the challenge I didn't do right.
Why were those Pikmin dying?
Because they're being carried away.
Oh, by the cathedrals.
Yeah, by those power bugs.
Are there ever Pikmin hiding in the bushes that you don't see?
I don't think so. Not in the demo.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there was a time in the stage 3 when
Oh yeah, you're right. Stage 3, there are some rock Pikmin hiding in a bush that they aren't peeking out of.
It seems like this might be... This kind of path might be used as a setup for an escort mission, where like the Pikmin have to travel along one path and Olimar has to occupy another, and Olimar has to, like, keep them safe.
Yeah.
well, that was what happened, except for the keeping them safe part.
Yeah, there weren't any there wasn't any opposition to keep them safe from.
I don't think the Pikmin do what you said they did. I think they just...
What do you mean?
lost it looked to me like the red Pikmin just drop through the enemy.
What? They drop what?
Through the enemy, like after they land on it. Oh,
Oh,
there
no.
you go.
There you
Holy
go.
cow, that's
You gotta
awesome.
aim it right.
Okay,
Go
I guess
ahead.
Look at it go. It beat it all
Did
by
you
itself.
Did you see the Pikmin, like, locked onto the enemy?
It wasn't locked on.
No, the enemy kept moving and the Pikmin went with it.
Yeah, he was hanging onto it, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. I mean, it's not supposed to. I don't think there's any lock on like in Pikmin 3.
I don't know, maybe they just lose a lot of their X momentum when they're bouncing like that.
Yeah.
That's a combination of the two challenges you've seen in the level, or two of the challenges.
The enemy and the
Yeah.
shovel.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
shit.
just a bit too easy to register.
I felt pretty stressed out when I played that the first time, having to, like, realizing that guys were gonna keep spawning and I had to knock down the shovel. And I guess I forgot about that, but that was a memorable challenge. Thank you so much for playing my game. don't want to exit to the shop.
Yeah, it's
Why
really
does
annoying that it does this.
Why does it do that?
Eh. This demo is reminiscent of the types of demos that they have in the stores.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't follow the rule where it ends right before boss fight.
Oh,
What a
Is
jit.
that a traditional demos?
Yeah. Well, Xbox 360 demos circa 2012, at least. Anyway.
Yeah, I
Xbox
can't tell.
360 in 2012.
I don't really play demos anymore.
So this level was memorable because... It was memorable to me because, you can screw yourself out of paths.
Yeah, I noticed that right away.
Yeah,
So that, like, there was actual, I felt like I was making a decision.
I feel like you just have to look at the environmental cues to know which path is the secret path.
Yeah, you gotta take your time and read the environment, but I thought that was satisfying enough.
Mhm.
Did you just
No.
screw yourself out of it?
Yeah, he did.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't
not
realize.
playing.
Yeah, I didn't see that over
Yeah,
there.
there is a path. It's not a big deal because it's just some sparklium seeds.
I think there's a Pikmin in that bush up
Wait, there is. You can get it back? I didn't know you can get Pikmin back if they die.
Wow, he fell quite a ways. Well, anyway, I didn't want to spoil that extra path is the thing.
Yeah,
You don't want to spoil it? You don't want to spoil a couple seeds that you can get back there?
Whoa, just watch it, Shouty.
so
I
that
won't play this game now that I know that.
that intro segment sort of set up the theme of the level, which is digging. So
Yeah.
I do feel like this level will bring some variations on that starting right now.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting that you dig first with a different kind of Pikmin, and then... Actually, and if I recall correctly, the rock Pikmin dig differently, where they'll pass through the brown blocks.
Yeah, they won't stop at a brown block after being thrown at it.
What is this? This rock
It's a
thing?
rock.
That's where rock
I
Pikmin
think-
live. That's their version of bushes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's their nest.
Oh, okay. Oh, they smashed it on their own. I guess that makes sense. Now, wait, so watch this. I have it aimed down. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
he won't throw lower than the ground, I think.
so if I
Like-
put it right at the
Well,
ground,
he'll
that's an arc.
still throw where he's going, but the arc will go up. It won't he won't bowl it into the ground. That's what you're asking. That's what
And-
you're trying to get him to do.
Yeah, at minimum, it goes up to his head.
Mm-hmm. Although Pikmin bowling would be interesting.
Well, that would actually simplify the space because you would,
So you can see the seeds up there that you missed
Oh, nuts! Yeah, I can see them.
on the top screen.
Wow.
There was
this-
some non-linearity there where you took the correct path by going left first, but when I played this, I went right first, bumped into the enemy, and was like,
Yeah.
"What do I do with this guy?" Before I went and found the rock Pikmin.
Yeah, so you really can't bypass the enemy.
So if the
I like
if you attack that enemy with a red Pikmin, just nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
They just bounce off.
It's protected by the shell.
I like these little bonus rooms.
Hmm.
These are really weirdly new Super Mario Brothers-y.
I mean, I don't know about weirdly, but yeah.
I thought it was more reminiscent of Yoshi's Island.
It's more just like there being toadstool mushrooms and like the seeds being lined up like they're coins.
Yeah.
Well, coins are lined up the way they are for a functional purpose.
So those enemies were. Did you manage to do that without hitting them at all?
No, no. They just
No, he
rock
did,
Pikmin are
but rock
invincible.
Pikmin are new.
So if we switch to Redo, Red,
Yeah, they'll
Redbird,
die.
Oh, Red
Yep.
will die? I didn't notice that.
Red will die.
So those guys are. There's some interplay there where if you hit them, they stop moving.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything I can screw myself out of here? I don't think so.
No.
Next, you can see the top screen above you.
Oh yeah.
So at this point, the red Pikmin become more of a liability than anything else. Because rock Pikmin, this
Well-
level is meant for rock Pikmin.
Yeah,
Well,
but
if
you
you
could
wanna-
imagine a setup where I wouldn't want to smash through everything all at once. And I might want more
I'm-
finesse.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true, actually.
there will be that setup shortly.
Oh yeah, you're right. You missed. Oh, and also,
God, okay.
it was right here.
How the hell did you even get lost?
Oh my god.
Yeah, how do you get lost in 2D space?
So did that just demo that these guys break crystals for me?
Well, when you first encountered them, they demoed that they break crystals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's kind of weird, that cutscene. I guess it was just funny. It's a funny thing.
Yeah,
This game has funny cuts.
burn up Dynamo, I get it.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
It's an energy source for adults, caffeine.
Oh,
Oh. It wasn't
It's
coffee,
fake.
it was a battery.
I thought it was a can of soda.
No, it was a battery. It was a D-cell battery. Oh.
can't throw on the rope.
No. See, this is tricky because those little red bug enemies, they're basically walking hitboxes.
Right,
Bird
so while I'm
boxes.
focused on the big guy, they can come and snatch up
Yeah.
Pikmin that I want to throw.
And it's very unlike regular Pikmin games because in those games, enemies will actually have to eat your Pikmin. They
Yeah, I
can't just touch
noticed.
them.
I noticed that Pikmin don't auto-attack,
Hmm.
so they're definitely. You have to take more care of them.
Yeah. It was autonomous.
Goodbye.
Oops.
Who was that?
That was yourself.
Okay. Oh, wait, can I throw Pikmin? I guess they can't get up to me here.
No.
Yeah, so this is one part where I found their arcing paths to be a little bit awkward.
I don't know why you're not using rock Pikmin for this.
I can't remember when I screw myself out of stuff.
It's very obvious.
Yeah, don't like, overestimate how obvious it will be. Do they ever hide stuff behind rocks?
Behind rocks?
Yeah, like, you know, will something appear in the background after I smash a rock?
Oh. Oh, you mean the dirt clods? I don't
it's
think
Link's
so.
Awakening.
Yeah, it's Link's Awakening DX.
I always got the red tunic. Attention getting logo. Poor guy. Should I kill him or just leave him?
Leave him.
Okay. I guess he looks happy enough, right?
looks more dangerous than it actually is.
There's nothing happier than starving to death.
He looks like a loaf of bread. He doesn't
Yeah.
look dangerous at all.
Yeah, but it's a walking hurt box, so it's kind of deceptive.
If a loaf of bread the size of
Oh, you
your
missed it.
body with a
Never
giant mouth was walking towards you, would you think it was dangerous or not?
Yeah, I guess if it has a mouth.
Yeah, mouths are pretty dangerous, even if it has no teeth. They'll just gum me to death.
Oh, they did that for me. So if I didn't have any rock Pikmin, I couldn't have done that. Although, I also wouldn't have been able to play this level at all.
I think that cutscene doesn't play if you don't have any rock Pikmin with you.
What happens if you lose all your rock Pikmin? Like, you obviously need them to get through this level. Can you go back and collect more somehow?
I'm not sure how. Oh yeah, they respawn from the nests if you lose them.
So here, hasn't timing your throws become part of the challenge?
Yeah. And I actually noticed that as the arc gets longer, the time is definitely noticeable. I also just don't like how the top... Like, part of the challenge here is that I'm watching two screens, and
Yeah.
the space between screens matters, so that's kind of annoying. But it's fun that there's a timing challenge. Oh my god, can they go anywhere? Are they stuck? Do I have to use my jetpack?
Yeah. That's the trick here. You're not supposed to throw your Pikmin there, you're supposed to get it yourself.
Snack vault. Oops, sorry
Oh, they
guys.
died. Well, you don't need them anymore.
Yeah, I don't need them. I never liked them anyway. I'm all about rock Pikmin. Are they from Pikmin 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about rock Pikmin. Come on, smash the ones going down. Damn it.
No, you can't throw if you're airborne.
Dumb. You should be able to throw anywhere, anytime. Whoa, what did that... What? That guy trip? What happened?
I mean,
No, wait.
I'm watching this at like 5 frames per second. It's hard to say.
Well, that's twice as much as I'm seeing right now. Zing!
Why'd you go the other way?
Because the level exits that way.
Oh.
What are these? Are these... Yeah, these are 5 Sparklium.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. It's super chugging in this section. It looks like I'm
That makes
watching it on
sense.
Google Hangouts.
Because you have all those Pikmin with you.
Goodness gracious.
And I think those dirt clots are actually 3D models.
How many, Oh, sorry, guy. How many Pikmin do I have right now? Is there a way to tell?
14.
14?
Oh, that's what that is. 14 Pikmin in it. Struggles to go. Could make the models, like, a little simpler. I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
I'm being a little unfair.
I think they could have used sprites. Pre-rendered sprites.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's the level exit. I thought the other way was the level exit.
There are 2 level exits in this level.
What?
Yeah, this game has multiple exits.
I wonder what that will mean, if that will have an impact on anything else. Alright, well thank you guys for joining me. Maybe I feel a little better about this game now that I talked about it with you. Yourself, do you have any final thoughts?
No. Well, yes, I guess, if I continue talking. That was about my impression of it. I thought you were a little bit harsh on it, but I don't think it seems amazing either. I think it seems like an adventure game still.
Yeah, okay. Shouty, any final thoughts?
Um. Hmm. I just think that it should be better optimized for old 3DSs. Because I think that's really what's making
You
it
don't even know that for sure. You're just
unenjoyable.
guessing.
Wait, so did you play it on a
It's
new
not, I'm
3DS?
not. I played it on a new 3DS and an old 3DS.
And the new 3DS
That's
looked better, had a
why.
better frame rate?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a shame my capture device has to be on an old one.
Yeah.
But, it's... I had more fun playing this than I did before, so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Doesn't
Alright,
it come out in like 5 days? Not too much time to look
Yeah.
forward
It comes out in 8 days.
I have to wait 8 days. Well, at least there's Splatoon 2. Alright, well, thank you for joining me.
to. Yeah.
Later.
Yeah. You're welcome.